Michael Maguire caught up with Jimmy today to talk about taking the New South Wales Blues role. Let's have a listen to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, Jimmy, I grew up wanting to play, but unfortunately I never managed to get to that stage. But started my coaching career probably early due to a little bit of injury that I had early. But it's taken me on an unbelievable path. It's now landed me in the opportunities I have to coach the Origin team. So, really humbled to be in this space, and obviously really looking forward to what's ahead. It's it's the big arena. When you talk about New South Wales and how far and wide New South Wales gets to with the people out in the country to the city, it's enormous, and I really can't wait to feel that impact of the supporters and everyone getting behind us, and also then focusing on the players moving forward. So very exciting.
Pay-wise, upgrade, downgrade, sideways movement?
Pay, well, it's the...
It'd generate more revenue, the State of Origin, surely.
I'm going to throw it out there, 300.
300K?
I reckon.
I'd do it for 250.
You love your cash, don't you? You
Just
love your cash.
Undercut. Magnussen.
No, I think the team that they've assembled, I think this is...
It's a good team.
I'm not going to say it, but I will. Dynasty.
Dynasty?
What? Yep. And a dynasty only consists of 3. I mean, who wants 8? That's not fun. Who wants to win 8 in a row?
Yeah, so you think if we win 3 in a row, that's a dynasty? We should be on a dynasty.
Yeah.
We should be on a dynasty. I thought this was our dynasty. I was so excited. He's pretty upset, though, Madge, to have lost the Kiwis job. I was a little surprised by that. I thought he'd be sort of onwards and upwards with the Blues job, but he's pretty disappointed. Let's have a listen to hear what he said about the Kiwis job.
Look, I've got to be very grateful to the Kiwi space. Obviously, coaching campaigns and bringing the best in the world together. I was able to do that, obviously, in a Kiwi space, and they were able to go on and be very successful. And it's nice to see them in that successful place now. Obviously, albeit that I would have loved to have kept going, but the circumstances didn't allow that. So, I think that's going to take, or it's definitely taught me what it takes to come into a campaign like an Origin, where you do get the best of the state, and they are the world's best players. So it's working out what's best for that group when they come together. Do we give them what we from a coaching point of view? How much do you coach them? But I'll spend a lot of time where I get out to each of the players at time, and we've got quite a large squad of players that we can select from. But I'm very big on form. And people playing at their best at that time. So then they're coming into a camp with high belief and an understanding of that they are at their best. So when they're stepping into camp, that they're feeling ready to go at the highest of level, because that plays a part in performance. So being able to understand that space is definitely something I've learnt from bringing players together at the highest level in campaigns. I've obviously travelled the world, with the Kiwis, and lived in camps and have an understanding of what camps are, and just the last camp where the players came together, and how the players own that space. And I've obviously got some, as I said, the best in the world in the New South Wales space, where I will have many chats with those guys about how the campaign will look. So that's something there between now and obviously when we play our games, the things that I'll be looking forward to being a part of.
He's a big fan of players in form. So does that mean incumbency done for this current New South Wales squad?
Well, I think so. We lost the series.
Yeah.
You can't be incumbent when you haven't won.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like what he was saying about how he doesn't really have to overcoach. Because I think sometimes if you're not a full-time NRL coach and you're thrust in there, I think, you might want to try and impress.
Yeah.
Where... we've got obviously Nathan Cleary, who's the little general of this team. Sometimes you can get coaches who come in and trying to change the way he plays. And, and him having the experience with the New Zealand side, like he said, I've got the best players in the world in the international arena. Now he's got the New South Wales. So I think it's a great appointment.
Question without notice. I'll give a shout out to Denon Kemp. I heard him come up with this idea. So Nathan Cleary, the back half of that grand final, nearly single-handedly wins that game.
Yeah.
playing almost as a second receiver with Cogger playing more like a halfback. Should Cleary play 6 for New South Wales?
No.
No?
Nope.
No 7 to steer it around, or he's just a 7?
No, he's a 7.
Okay.
He's a 7.
And do we play...
We can't for 15 minutes of that grand final, yes, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
But no, he's a halfback. We need a bloke to know when to kick. That game that we should have won. Anyway, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary's a 7.
All right. We can grab the full chat at Afternoons with Jimmy Smith podcast. Get that through Spotify or Apple.
Yes. Does that mean we're going to lose Madge? Is Jimmy going to lose Madge next year?
No, I think he said that he's open for more chats because of the role.
Tell you what, it was a beauty. We got him early, put him in our stocks. Now his stocks have risen. He might want to raise. Sorry, Hutchie. You have to pay him, mate.
Yeah, you'll know how much he's on if he asks for a raise because he was the Kiwis coach last year with Jimmy Smith.
You're saying you want to make it up.
Or if he goes, I feel bad, I'll do extra shifts, maybe the Kiwis will pay more.
Okay, he'll get paid more than he is as an international New Zealand coach.
Well, it sounded like from Tony Kemp and the chats that he's had that the New Zealand Kiwis situation, the pyramid, I guess, they're lacking in terms of funds, in terms of resources.
Okay, well, if that's the case, why get rid of a proven coach who has won competitions in every hemisphere and now is the the Pacific Cup champions?
You
Beat Australia by 30.
the code, and now he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
And it's not as if you can tell, like you said, Misso, you can tell he was upset.
Yeah.
And the players obviously loved him.
There was a great question in the chat too where Jimmy mentions that the Australian team, who he just thumped, has 11 Queenslanders, including the halves and the 2 hookers. So I think there could be a bit of that narrative going forward that it's like, you've already beat the Queenslanders.
Yeah.
So, it was a great chat.
Well, it's making it exciting now, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I feel sorry for my man Fred, but you need results. Bradley?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at our ratings.
It's huge.
I
mean, we're flying.
What team are we in the
Penrith
representative order?
Probably not. I think more maybe Newdown.
What year?
80. Probably 78 when they didn't win a game. No, we're flying.
Yeah.
We're flying.
3 wins.
This is another breaking story, Fletch. Valynce Te Whare. Pete Bedell has broken this. So Supercoach Wayne Bennett has revealed Dolphins cult figure Valynce Te Whare has been sent to a personal boot camp in a last-ditch bid to save his NRL career. Bennett said Te Whare has been stood down from Dolphins training for a fortnight and ordered to attend one-on-one fight camp sessions with a personal trainer in a desperate bid to get his weight under control. What do you have to do? So I don't know if you would have had this in footy, right? Like we had Fat Club in swimming.
Yep.
And basically when you finished training, you then had to go and get in the stationary bike. They put you in like this sauna room, but just extras to get the weight down.
Yep.
What do you have to do to go from Fat Club to punting?
Down.
Yeah, that's extreme.
Well, there's an old saying, you can't out-train a bad diet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think Val needs to look at the way he's eating. Maybe he should be getting a dietitian.
Yes.
Not flogging that way, but for this to be...
But most of these guys eat at the facility now, so you got to be going out of your way to eat extra in your own time.
Yeah, well that's...
They go in, they have breakfast there, they have lunch there, they have all their supplements and everything is prepared.
You reckon he
now.
might be sneaking out for a Wahlburger?
Yep.
Yeah, I would be.
Well, did you
I can't blame you, Val.
They put up some footage of their guys doing their 5K time trial.
Yep.
They showed big Val struggling.
But they knew, unless he has put more weight on, but that's when they signed
him. If I had to guess, having a look at the footage I saw, I'd say over 120.
He's put a bit of weight back
over
on.
120 kilos.
Well, for this to make...
For a centre, that's silly.
To be leaked out, and for this is not great for Val. Because now Wayne's
Who do you
now
reckon?
got a reason
So
to flick him.
Wayne says he's too big, he's overweight, he needs to go to a PT or a trainer.
Yep.
How do you reckon they source that PT? How do they find this person? Like, can I put my hand up and say, we'll take some down at Tribe Gym? I'll whip him into shape in 2 weeks.
Okay, well, reach out to him. Go on.
To Valance or...
Yeah, to Val.
Would you go up there or he have
to
come
I'm not going up there.
He's got to come down here.
He doesn't seem like a city guy. But maybe if there's any Sydney clubs that are thinking of sending some of their players to fat camp, I guess we'll call it.
You can't say that anymore. Can't call it fat club.
Well, that's why swimming's been in a lot of trouble, because we were a unisex sport and that same thing would happen.
So you can't say, what do the girls call it?
No, well, we used to call it that. That's why it's, there's been questions about culture and coaches.
Oh,
and
okay. Oh, gosh, it's just
it's even harder when it's a unisex sport.
Yeah, but you're not saying it. It's just a term of endearment. Really?
Yeah.
Come and join the fat club. It was always in the
Were
morning.
you ever in fat club?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. It was always
What
good.
were you weighing in at when you came back from pre-season?
No, it wasn't for that reason. It was more for my
Fitness.
Off-field
Oh,
incidents.
so it's a punishment.
It's
as
a bit
well
like
as
detention, yeah.
PH fan.
Yeah. I turned up a little bit under the weather once, and I was on the rower, and I was mucking around, and the gentleman next to me was one of the board of directors. And let's just say I'd had a few rum and cokes, and it all came back up and on said board director.
Wow.
He was on the rower next to me. I didn't know it was him.
Wow.
Yeah. I couldn't stop because Sticky made me keep doing it.
You were still going.
Yeah. You have to.
Wow.
You have to keep going.
What was the age difference
Impressive.
between you and Sticky when he first started coaching at the
Sticky
Roosters?
was, in 2002, Stick was 34 and I was 27.
Is that a hard relationship? Because he's basically a player age.
Yeah. It was harder
Between him and Freddie.
It was hard for Freddie because Freddie, they played together.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
And I think I've told this story before, that the first training session, he got Ricky in. Ricky came in and gave us a verbal and pointed out to Freddie, grabbed Freddie up and hammered him. And we're all going. I think it was contrived. I think they must have spoke, but I was thinking, oh, God, Sticky's going at
Who do you think could
Freddie.
win in a stink between Sticky and Freddie?
Freddie.
You reckon?
Yeah. Freddie's so strong.
Really?
And
Sticky seems like he's got a lot of go in him.
Yeah, Sticky was a mad crow pecker.
Oh,
So when you're playing
that's
against
annoying.
him, he'd come and crow peck you and then get back on side. Yeah.
I guess he didn't have to be a good fighter when he was in a team with Mal.
Yeah, now Freddie's too big. Freddie's a solid
Unit.
No, but Sticky, keep going. It'd be an interesting fight, actually.
So Te Whare started this camp, Brooksy. He's being helped out by legends. Who are the legends? Andrew McCulloch and Steve Kearney are helping him out. So far he's lost 4 kilos, but he's got to lose more. Te Whare, he was 125 kilos, and he's got to get, I told you, plus 120. So he's 125. That's too big for a centre.
But that's got nothing to do with training. It's his diet.
Yeah, diet's huge.
I'll say 70%.
Yeah.
This is what I think. 70% is what you put down your north and south. 20% is training. 10% sleep. If you don't sleep well, that throws your body out of whack.
Yeah, it does.
Well, think about what we did with that 75 hard. I'm not comparing this to NRL, but to lose the weight, you have to go through a lot in 11 weeks. And then you can easily just put it back on by slipping back into your normal diet. Not the fact that you've done the 11 weeks doesn't mean that, you're going to be able to just keep that weight bubbling around 5 kegs.
Yeah.
Like, you can put that 12, 13 kegs that you
back on in 2 weeks
pretty quickly. So, what he does, like you said, gents, it's got to be...
Maybe they've got to see a psych, because he might be an emotional eater.
Yeah.
I know people who are emotional eaters.
Yeah.
So maybe maybe it's a real issue for him. No
The
doubt.
Canara Cowboy reckons that they weighed him on a Friday and he came back and they weighed him on the Monday and he was 4 kilos heavier on the Monday. Bennett said enough is enough and sent him packing. Currently 125 kilos.
That's taking the piss.
Yeah.
That's taking the piss.
Well, even if, so let's say his playing weight's 113, which is still a high playing weight for a centre, right? That's a high playing weight for anyone. If he's come back at 125 kilos after 2 months off, would it be 2 months? Finish in September? I would say they finished in... 2 months. They're back 1st of November. So in 2 months, he's put on 12 kilos. It's not professional.
Anthony Tupu, when they signed him with the Chooks, he lost nearly 30 kilos.
Is he a fatty?
He was huge.
Anthony Tupu.
Yep. Lost and then came back. They trained him really hard and then...
Great player.
Played for New South Wales, played for Australia.
Yeah.
He was a gun.
There you go. And finally, Sitili Tupouniua re-signs with the Roosters. Huge November for the Roosters, Fletch. They've re-signed Billy Smith, Sandon Smith, Siwa Wong, Nat Butcher and Connor Watson. Add to that Dom Young and Spencer Leniu.
Yeah.
Well, just as long as all our listeners are listening.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine, yeah.
Okay, well, what are you insinuating?
No, I'm not. I'm only defending my club.
All right, let's do this. Billy Smith, I'll say 400. Sandon Smith, 250. Siwa Wong, they would have bumped him up. 400. Nat might have got 700.
700?
No, sorry. 550, 600. And Connor Watson, 500. There you go. Still plenty of room in the cap.
Can I just ask something?
You've got to massage the cap, massage it.
We monitor the NRL websites and we do the shows every day. I don't think I've seen a media release from the Roosters to say they've officially signed Spencer Leniu yet.
No.
Have you?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm dead serious. Because I don't think it's been officially named. Because I've been the last few months, I've been going through as much stuff as possible to find a media release that Spencer Leniu has signed with the Roosters. I can't find it.
No, but he's going.
No, we know he's there,
also,
right?
Does that mean it hasn't got the stamp of approval from the NRL?
So I think they're moving. They're moving stuff
who's going to get moved?
Well, they did. The Mail was. My spies are telling me Jared was gone last year and Daniel...
Angus Crichton?
No, and Daniel
Tupu.
No, weren't going to be re-signed. That was the whole plan.
Yes. Right.
But then they re-signed for 1 year each.
Yes, and the Panthers did a thing for the last week of the season saying that Crichton and Leniu were going. So you can assume, because of all the media and stuff that's happened, that Leniu was signing with the Roosters, that he's going. Like, he's not going back to the Panthers, but he hasn't officially signed with the Roosters.
The hasn't been registered yet.
So I feel that all these signings that have happened is been a bit supermarket sweepy
Look
to
up
find
here.
the space to then now sign Spencer Leniu.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that's I don't know. Someone can prove me wrong.
Yeah, you're all Rooster
I
bashers.
feel that release hasn't come out yet.
Jealousy. You're all jealous.
All right. Well, there's plenty of re-signings. If you're in New Zealand and you want to have your say during the show, text 8833 or slide into our DMs on Instagram at Joel Fletch, SEN. You're listening to The Run Home with Fletch and Missile this afternoon.